you. 4 years ago, two women from Biloela sat in a Q&A audience and they asked the panel why our friends from Biloela were taken and why they can't come home. Since then, 4 years later, this family have been imprisoned on Christmas Island and were kept there until their 4-year-old daughter, Thanika, was so ill she had to be flown to a hospital in Perth. And now the family is trapped in Perth in community detention. The Morrison government is ignoring the majority of Australians and even some of its own MPs, including the Deputy Prime Minister, who have all said they want them to come home to Biloela. We're terrified that Mr Morrison is waiting until after this election to force this family to danger because he tried to do that after the last election. So please tell us, what is it going to take for Mr Morrison to simply let this family come home to Bilo where they are welcome, wanted and needed?
Bronwyn, thank you. Keith Pitt, Bronwyn references Barnaby Joyce, your leader. His position's well known on this family. What's your position?
Oh, look, I understand this is really difficult for them. I sympathise, I really do. I feel for them.
Should they be brought back to Biloela?
Well, David, I know you'll understand this. So fundamentally, they've been through every court in the land and there's currently a case. So they're currently before the courts again. As a Cabinet Minister, right, I can't make remarks. You understand the reason for this. And I know you do.
Barnaby Joyce has made remarks and he's even more senior than you. He's the Deputy Prime Minister.
Well, this is about my remarks. So I'll come back to Alex Hawke. Well, as the Immigration Minister, he is the only one that has all of the facts. I don't have all of the facts. But the reason that our border protection has been so strong is because we've been consistent on the rules. Now, I understand the challenges. I absolutely get it. But that consistency has protected this country. It really has. And we'll continue to support it.
OK. Bronwyn, did you want to offer a view on that?
For me, I've got huge sympathy for community in Biloela who are missing the people they love. Also for the family who have been in community detention now but who were on the island for some time. Equally so, I also really feel for those other people that have been in detention for years. Yeah. And I want to mention, you know, we know that people just were released from detention in Melbourne after 9 years. 9 years. I'm not convinced that while we need processes for managing people that are here, that it should take 9 years or 4 years. It should be expedited in a way around decision-making and investigative work and decision-making so that we don't have this. This is a reflection on all of us. This is a reflection on Australia in terms of how we manage people that are here. It's about the humanness. Like if we truly look at us as humans, people in Australia, Indigenous and non-Indigenous people, and how we are treating other people that are human as well, human life.
Bob Catter, what's your view on this Nadesalingam?
David, I come from Cloncurry and I'm dark. I'm one of the Curry mob, you know. And we made a hell of a bad mistake 250 years ago letting you white fellas in, you know. But I don't think we should make the same mistake again. Having said that, you know, we don't go to church on Sunday. We may not believe in God, but we're a Christian philosophically. We're a country philosophically Christian. And it says, love your neighbour and look after them. And there is a humanitarian issue here. But, you know, you have to understand that, all jokes aside, 250 years ago, we said, oh, yeah, you white fellas can come in. Yeah. And we were almost...
I don't think we quite said that, Bob.
No, please. Well, yeah, you're probably right. My mob, the Cockatoons...
I don't think we quite said that.
The Cockatoons didn't say it, my mob.
But just bring this family back to Biloela.
Let me finish. You know, we allowed these people to come in and we were almost annihilated as a race of people, we Australians. Now, you know, I'm just saying, look at the history books and just think about this. And we're not opening the doors because our social welfare payments are double the income of most countries on earth. If you can get in here, you will die to get in here.
OK, I just want to get some clarity, though, on whether this family should be brought back to Biloela. Labor's position, Murray Watt.
Absolutely, yes.
Clear.
That family should be allowed to go back.
So, Murray, you're going to change the border protection rules for Australia. You're going to set a precedent case.
Well,
no, David,
Keith, you were just trying to argue the opposite point.
Keith, put that question again.
I've actually met with a number of the advocates, and I can see some of them here. And congratulations for your tireless work over 4 years on behalf of this family. I mean, there are any number of reasons that this family should be allowed to go back to Bilo. The basic humanity that Bronwyn was talking about. This is a community that wants this family back. This country is screaming out for meat workers and other skilled workers. The dad is a meat worker. He was working in the meat working plants in Bilo before he was taken away. The mum was volunteering at St Vinny's. They were doing everything that anyone ever asks a refugee to do in this country, and they'd integrated fully. They were loved by the community. The minister has the power at will to allow this family to go back. He could have done it at any point in the last 4 years, and he can do it now. And that's before we get to the fact that it's cost the taxpayer $50 million over 4 years in locking this family up, running it through the courts. It is just wrong on every level, and they should be allowed back.
Yeah, David.
Just very quickly, Bob.
My union, the CFME, has been called racist because we see these people coming in. Your government was bringing in 300,000 or 400,000 a year, taking our jobs and undermining our pay and conditions. And Keith is dead right. No, I believe this Biloela family should come here. No question about it. I believe they should come here, right? But if you're asking me whether we change the rules, you know, Keith, you get your question in here because it is a vital question. You open the doors and you'll undermine our pay and conditions. The old Labor Party, which you're not a member of, you'd be thrown out. The new Labor would be thrown out.
I've probably been a member of the Labor Party.
Yeah, I know, but you're not a member of the Labor Party.
But Bob Caddy, we do need to get to our last questions.
Well,
you're saying we should bring this family to
You undermine our pay and conditions, and that's what the wealthy, rich, powerful corporations want. They want an open-door policy to undermine our pay and conditions and take our jobs off us, and you're agreeing with them, my friend.
Got a little bit away from the question.
Labor Party
got a little bit away from the question. Bronwyn, can I just quickly come back to you? When was the last time you spoke to the family? How are they doing? And the fear that you expressed about what might happen post-election, is that one they hold?
Yeah, definitely. We speak to the family, almost every day to check in with them, and they still know they're connected to their community in Biloela. They are terrified. We remember after the last election when LNP got back in, it was devastating for them to know that, they weren't going to be able to come home straight away. And then not long after that, there was the attempted deportation, and we had to stop, with a court injunction mid-air. So they are petrified. We're all petrified that that's going to happen again, and that's Mr Morrison's plan.